Hi, everybody. Welcome to the emerging stage. We're excited to have you with us. I will not delay you any further. I'm excited to hand over the stage to some of the stars we have lined up for you today. First up is Phonebank, and I'm going to invite them to the stage briefly. They'll have 5 minutes to tell you more about what they've been up to. Here we go. I believe, Chris, do we have you with us?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a bit of an odd sound coming from. Yeah, significantly better.
Oh, great. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm Chris Duffus. I'm the founder and CEO of Phonebank. Do you know what billions of people have in common that uniquely identifies them, their mobile phone, and their money? A SIM card. Using the blockchain, we take that SIM and turn any mobile phone into your personal bank. We do that because there's a balance stored on the SIM, which is the same everywhere. And we can make that balance exchangeable into currency anywhere in the world. The Phonebank app rides on top of the most ubiquitous financial network that no one knows about. The 8 billion existing SIM cards used by every mobile phone on the planet today. As you might surmise, there are many countries where you cannot find a bank, ATM, or have easy access to a debit card. Phonebank makes that problem irrelevant by turning everyone's mobile phone into their personal bank. We've created the first DeFi app that uniquely converts a user's prepaid mobile credits into money over the top of banks and mobile carriers. The model is simple: a currency exchange using prepaid airtime as the currency. We match individuals and businesses who make money trading discount mobile airtime with people who want access to digital money. Take our user Mohammed in Nigeria, who wants to top up his virtual game account with a US-based company, but they don't accept his local debit card. He simply opens the Phonebank marketplace and enters the amount of prepaid airtime expressed in terms of the local currency he wants to trade. Then swaps for Phonebank tokens, which are backed by crypto dollars. Mohammed can now convert these tokens into a dollar-based virtual debit card and complete the purchase of his game credits. Phonebank is a super app, which means we are becoming a type of financial operating system that makes many more use cases possible. So Mohammed can not only pay for his virtual game credits, but also buy a cup of coffee, pay for an Uber ride, shop online, top up his phone, make a few dollars on the side, and even invest in crypto. With Phonebank, we unlock his potential to be part of the global digital economy. We've had tremendous traction since our beginning in 2020, achieving over 2 million in GMV, over 60,000 transactions, and nearly 50,000 new wallets added. As of October 2021, at our current pace, we're on track to grow transactions by nearly 500% from the prior year period. Again, I'm Chris Duffus, founder and CEO of Phonebank. I sold my last company to SoFi, and my current co-founders, Sergey and Sam, are experienced full-stack engineers with backgrounds in financial and blockchain technology. Finally, do you have the courage to join us in our mission to unlock the potential for billions globally? Phonebank addresses the myriad of issues plaguing emerging market consumers by turning their mobile phones into personal banks. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. Really appreciate you taking the time to share more about Phonebank. For anyone in the audience who'd like to learn more or chat with Chris, please be sure to catch him at the expo booth after closing remarks. Thanks so much, Chris. With that, I'm going to welcome our next speaker on stage. See you in a bit, Chris.
Bye.
Awesome. Next up, we have Tony from Chipper. Tony, thanks so much for being here with us. If you are set with any content to share, please let me know and I will bring that up for everybody to see.
Okay, you should see my screen. Are we good?
Yes, we are all set.
Awesome.
Here we go. I'm going to start your 5 minutes now.
Perfect. All right, great job, Chris. That was a smooth presentation. Hey, everybody, I'm Tony Aguilar, founder of Chipper. Student debt is the #1 impediment for upward mobility for people of color, especially women. So at Chipper, our vision is to build a platform to help people optimize student loan repayment and get out of debt faster. As everybody knows, student debt is a huge problem right now. We're now over $1.8 trillion in total student debt, and it's growing rapidly. And when we look at our user base, student debt is really the #1 thing that's blocking people from building up credit, saving, investing, buying homes, like you name it. It's really kind of that roadblock to all of the other financial goals that people want to achieve. And then when you look at the real root, the reason why people are in this situation, it really comes down to that the student loan repayment system is completely broken. And so at Chipper, what we're solving for is what we call the forgotten trillion. There's 30 million borrowers that are eligible for relief programs for student loan forgiveness that just don't have access to it. So at Chipper, we're opening that up. I'm gonna skip over some of these data points here, but you should have access to our deck where you can actually look at the impact that student debt is having on people of color and women, and how this gap is widening over time. So at Chipper, our solution is simple. We're really overhauling student loan servicing. So we're the first all-in-one platform for student loans. There are 3 main things that we do. The first is we provide transparency to borrowers to let them know which repayment and forgiveness programs they're eligible for. So a user comes in, they link their student loans, they answer a couple of questions, and then our algorithm will determine which of the 150 different repayment options that exist they specifically qualify for. And that includes income-driven plans, forgiveness programs, and they can compare them side by side. The best part is that once they choose a plan, we've automated the entire enrollment process. So we plug in directly to the servicers and Department of Education to process any type of application, whether it's consolidations or forgiveness, like you name it, a user can get access to the programs that they're eligible for right within our app within a couple of minutes. And this is what I'm most proud of, is just the impact we're having on borrowers. 8 out of 10 people find a better plan when they use Chipper. We're saving people on average over $300 per month. There's no other finance app that has this type of impact on users immediately. Currently, we have we're managing over $1.2 billion in student debt. We have over 50,000 borrowers. We're growing very fast right now, about 70% quarter over quarter. What's next on the roadmap for us is getting into the monthly payment aspect. So we relaunched Roundups. We have a rewards platform coming where users shop to certain brands. They get a kickback from the brands towards their student debt. And we've also developed a way to report any amount that a user's paying over their minimum to the credit bureaus to start building up credit as well. So we're really excited about these features coming in Q1 of next year. We just actually also closed on a $5 million seed round. We can't really announce who that's with right now, but really excited what's on the horizon here for Chipper. Thank you.
Super. Thanks so much, Tony, and for keeping within the 5-minute allocated time. It's not easy, I know.
I was nervous. I wasn't sure I was going to make it.
We made it.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much. Audience members will be able to catch you at your expo booth after closing remarks. So be sure to bring up any questions to Tony there. Tony, I'm going to virtually remove you from the stage and bring up our next speaker, who is from another startup. So thanks so much, Tony. We'll see you at the expo booth.
See ya.
Super. Next up, we have Kevin. Thank you for unmuting yourself, Kevin, and thanks for joining today. If you've got content to share, I believe we've got that lined up. There we go. Same concept. I will kick off your 5 minutes now, and the stage is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys today. My name is Kevin Mobilade. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Purge Credit. We help banks, community banks, credit unions, and financial service organizations to grow their revenue and social impact on autopilot. So what does that mean? Over the last 30 years, we've seen around 67% of banks in the US disappear. There are also around 45 million people in the US that are categorized as being credit invisible. And there are over 4 million underserved small businesses in the US that typically don't have relationships with their financial services within their local community. So we're looking to create a bridge to connect these groups with these organizations where in a situation where everyone wins. So this pain is so pervasive that it's actually costing the financial industry around $640 billion a year in lost credit opportunity. So here at Swipe Credit, we've developed an enterprise software as a service solution that leverages consumer and business permission data. We vet and validate these underserved individuals and small businesses and surface up the top 1% of highly primed individuals as new sources of customers for these financial organizations. Also giving these financial organizations a 360-degree view of these clients and insights to create new products and services that can convert at a very high level to increase the revenue for these organizations, as well as providing fraud monitoring based upon the transaction. So not only are we helping to give access to these individuals and small businesses, but we're also building a relationship in a fully automated way where the financial organization can upsell higher ticket solutions to this demographic and create a trusted relationship moving forward in time. So here's a quick view of the mobile side of the solution. As you can see, it's quite simple, highly secure, and very indispensable for the end user, not only providing financial products and services, but also financial education as well. The benefits that our clients are seeing are we're helping them to scale faster, being able to validate the credit worthiness of either an individual or a small business and servicing up those top 1% of individuals that will be fantastic clients for them moving forward in time. We're also giving them increased peace of mind. As I mentioned before, the solution is looking for and monitoring fraud in transactions and alerting them to any types of miscellaneous or dangerous activity. But really focus on helping create a trusted relationship with these individuals and reducing the level of bias within the financial system that is plaguing it currently. And then also ultimately just helping people make more money, increasing their revenue. So once they're onboarded with the financial organization, also helping them to route the right product to the right person at the right time, giving them that insight that they need to really serve this customer base and create that loyalty with these new customers moving forward into the future. On our team, we have around 40 plus years of enterprise software and sales experience at companies like Apple, IBM, and Sun Microsystems. So if you want to work with the best people in the world at this, I ask you to book a time with me or one of my team members. We stand behind our work 100% and guarantee a very, very high quality solution. But we have limited bandwidth, so we don't work with everyone. So the time to make moves is now. So we are Swipe Credit, one platform, zero barriers, and endless growth. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Kevin. Really appreciate you taking the time to share more about Swipe Credit. As mentioned, for other presenters, we'll find you at your expo booth. So I'm sure the audience members will come find you there with any questions and maybe some ideas. Who knows? Thanks so much. Excellent. Next up, we have Chris Zarwanka from Musabi, who I believe is with us backstage. Bear with me, please. Sorry, facing some technical issues here. Just a minute. There we go. Chris, can you hear me now?
I can. I hope you guys can hear me.
Absolutely. If you've got any content to share with us on screen, let me know. I think we've got it here.
Great.
Perfect. All right. I will leave the stage to you. 5 minutes.
Thanks very much. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris, introducing Mosabi. So we're a hybrid of fintech and edtech. And our business and product in a sentence, Mosabi is a personalized learning platform for financial and business education, and crucially for better engagement with financial products. The context: 80% of all work in Africa and even more among youth and women is informal. But those informal workers are twice as likely as formal workers to live in poverty. They are also underserved and untapped segments for financial providers, but because of skill and knowledge gaps, adoption and usage is often a struggle. This is a personal mission for our team. My co-founders, Katie and Francis, are here as well, by the way. Each of us has spent at least a decade, some of us 2 decades, in boosting livelihoods for the continent's rising class. But across all our efforts, we saw that approaches weren't digital, data-driven, or sustainable, limiting their scaling potential. So we came together to form Mosabi for this mission, unlocking financial opportunities through innovative learning. Mosabi has a dead simple approach. We teach our users financial and digital literacy and business skills alongside their journeys with banking products. We have a patented matching engine and marketplace that links to resources that can help and completes this virtuous cycle. 3 use cases illustrate how we're making impact. First, a small informal business owner qualifies for her first business microloan by learning through Mosabi's Android app. Second, women in our partner village savings groups use our app on affordable $10 iOS phones to access data for the first time and to learn financial literacy as they open their first formal accounts. And third, our Mama Mosabi persona on chatbot channels is a digital coach in a pocket for refugees, helping them build small business ideas in their new homes. Learners on Mosabi see modules on entrepreneurship, financial literacy, demystifying digital platforms, interest in borrowing, data privacy, client rights and responsibilities. Journeys align with themes and evolve with our users along the way as their needs change. Our gamified edutainment uses storytelling, quizzes, and pop-up nudges in local context, in local languages, and using audio and visual cues, we address limited literacy and numeracy. Content and nudges are automated with financial and business events, making them teachable moments. As mentioned, learning is on smartphones as well as basic phones, with or without data, and also in real time with the wise Mama Mosabi chatbot. Our users find out about Mosabi through sponsored campaigns with our partners or through modules that are embedded in product screening, or organically to be matched with providers using that engine I mentioned. You've heard about the learner experience, the edtech part of our solution. So going back to the fintech part, it's in our business model. We work with providers of financial products who subscribe to license our platform, our content library, and data insights, and pay for lead generation. Learning progress and achievements feed our alternative credit scoring algorithms and dashboards, reporting, and open APIs. So Mosabi learning is happening on 2 fronts: those practical skills for our learners and actionable data insights for our partners. To put it plainly, we're driving the business case for financial health. These B2B customers range from customer banks, mobile network operators, innovative fintechs, and microfinance to the global development sector. Our North Star is matching users with products that fit their needs and arming them with the knowledge to make best choices from among them. The vision is to truly scale impact. The question, does it work? Well, yes. We've run controlled studies showing Mosabi expands and empowered client bases, reducing borrowing defaults, increasing transaction frequency and volume for deposit and payment platforms, and boosting earnings. And all of that is moving the needle so that those grassroots workers are financially included and provide higher value to the banks that we help serve them. The vision is to truly scale impact. 3 million Mosabi learners in 3 years can help add billions of dollars of micro business wealth to the continent, but also grow return on investment for partners and commercial returns for our investors. We've benefited from some great early stage momentum and visibility, including being named the winner of the startup competition at the Singapore Fintech Festival. To capitalize on momentum, we're raising a $1.3 million equity seed round, building on 200% quarter-over-quarter growth over this year and 25 new countries. So I invite you to join our journey for skills and financial health for Africa.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. And thank you for keeping to time. I hate kicking people off stage, but I have to play referee today. So thanks a lot for all these insights regarding Wasabi. And I'm sure audience member will no doubt have questions and conversation with you at the expo booth where they can find you after closing remarks. Thanks again. And I will sort of virtually remove you from the stage to welcome our next speaker. Awesome. Next up, we have Andrew. Andrew from Layup. Let me add this content here and we should be all set. Andrew, assuming you can hear me, I'm starting your 5 minutes now. I think you're on mute. Just a sec.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
There we go. Now,
awesome. Brilliant, guys. Welcome. And my name is Andrew. I'm the CEO and founder of Layup Technologies. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Layup and how we are creating financial inclusion throughout Africa. So really, the problem that we face with so many people that are locked out of the economy through underbanked and underserved consumers, we asked the question, really, how can we create that financial inclusion throughout Africa? So the problem really that we face was, how do we get millions of these consumers that are underbanked and underserved and that are using cash to make purchases to start transitioning online and transacting digitally? How do we bridge the gap between these non-credit-worthy customers and the regulatory barriers of the financial sector to overcome and provide financial inclusion? How do we move what we have dubbed the survivor market from being financially excluded to now becoming financially included? The answer was through digitizing the prepayment space. We were able to harness millions of consumers' purchasing behavior data in the prepayment space, such as lay-by and subscription payments, whereby we could analyze this data and provide better financial credit lending options to these consumers. We are doing this, and how are we doing this? We're doing this through lay-by payments in the prepayment space, subscription, membership, and debit order payments. This allows us to gather the consumer data to then provide better lending options to these consumers. We are enabling businesses, millions of businesses across South Africa, to allow them to now instantly be able to digitize an age-old payment method that was previously always done in cash and in store, where we've been able to now take them online and digitize that payment method. We've been able to now offer multiple payment methods to provide convenience and reduce the amount of friction that there is for people to make payments by easily being able to use cash, card, EFT, debit order payments through DebiCheck and cash vouchers. This is a way for us to transition consumers that previously were paying cash and offline onto a new world of digital payments. Through our partnership with DashPay and African Resonance, they have an estate of around 400,000 terminals in the market, whereby we have developed a terminal app to now digitize the lay-by payment at point of sale. Customers can now also make payments through multiple accepted layup points across South Africa, whereby we reduce the ability for consumers to have to drive back and get back to store to make subsequent payments. Merchants are now able to download our app through the Google or App Store and easily now start offering lay-by or recurring payments at point of sale with no friction and no barrier. Our tech stack is built with smart technology and it's built for scale. We have one centralized system that handles both in-store and online recurring payments. This allows a business to now totally remove that administration hassle of manually keeping up to date with the payment plan, as well as being able to not have to follow up with the consumer on reminders and recurring payments. Our system handles the entire transaction from beginning to end, and handles the entire payment plan for the merchant. In a little over the last 12 months, we have onboarded hundreds of new merchants. We have the likes of Dialabed, NWJ, Howler, and EduSport using our system. We have partnered with African Resonance and DashPay, which has an estate of 400,000 terminals. And we have seen a lift in businesses' sales, the cart abandonment, and the average order value being checked out using the layup system. So where to from here? It's really, for us in the conversation and the audience that we're speaking today, it's really about where to from here and how do we create that partnership and create financial inclusion throughout the world. So we see this as a partnership opportunity through banks and lenders in order for us to develop out the second part of our solution, which would be connecting lenders and banks to now credit-worthy consumers. Thank you very much.
Perfect timing. Thanks so much, Andrew. That was great.
Thank you.
Appreciate you making the time to share more about Layup today. For anyone who's got questions or want to chat with Andrew, please be sure to catch him at the Expo booth once you've had a chance to hear closing remarks. With that, I will virtually ask Andrew to leave the stage, and we are at our final presentation. Let me bring up our speaker, Michael. Hi, Michael. I think we have you on mute.
Hey.
Hey, it's good to see you. Michael, if you have any content you'd like to share in full screen, definitely add that to the stage, and then we should be all set.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, absolutely. We can see Purge Credit. I will kick off your 5 minutes now, and the stage is yours.
Awesome. Okay. My name is Michael Broughton, founder and CEO of Purge Credit. I'll tell you a little bit about myself and then jump into what Purge Credit really is. So I came from a pretty big family of 9. I was the first one in my family to go to college. Was fortunate enough to be accepted to USC in Southern California, and ran into a situation where I was actually short on my tuition and didn't really know what to do. Coming from a family where finances were the best, I couldn't finance my own way through college and looked third party, pretty much loans, to help me finance my way through. Push come to shove, because of my family finances and the fact that I was never exposed to credit, I was actually denied to any loan opportunity that I found, and put me in a situation where I almost did not go to college because of it. This situation really inspired me and the team that I've built around me to build Purge Credit, which is really tackling the fact that there's no viable way for young adults to properly start building credit. There's 45 million Americans in the US that we call the uncounted, people who are underbanked or lack access to credit. Regulations have also made it really hard. When you look at what happened in 08 or even back in 99, there's been systems put in place that pretty much diminish the ability for low-income individuals to actually start building credit. The disadvantaged communities can't afford to go into debt to ironically build credit for future debt opportunities. So what we built was Purge Credit. It's a mobile app that allows people to build credit for free using their everyday common recurring expenses. What this allows us to do is to take your Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, rent payments, and turn these into credit lines for our users to increase their real-life FICO score. We divvy this into 3 products. The first one is around alternative data. This takes in rent, utility, phone bill data, etc., and reports it to the bureaus as alternative credit lines. We have consumer credit through what we call the Purge Card. This is taking your Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, any subscription that you have, and turning it again into another credit line to help you build your credit score for free. We also divvy a lot into financial literacy. We have over 300 audio clips that are 1 minute long in our app that talks about debt, 401ks, Roth IRAs, how to trade stocks, and more. Really pulling all three of these concepts together have really built a superpower app for our users where they can start building credit, understand credit, and learn and watch their credit score grow over time. We actually plan to launch this January of this year when we had a couple thousand people on our wait list, and we wanted 100,000 downloads by the end of the year. To date, we've actually had over 250,000 downloads with 155,000 people sitting on our wait list, which is super exciting. And we've had about 15,000 people actively playing inside our app. What we expect going into the next year is to actually have over 70,000 to 100,000 people live on the app, over $1 million in recurring revenue just off of interchange alone. And we already passed our third goal of having 250,000 downloads total, but having 250,000 people actually in the app when we launch on Android and expand our operations. Keep in mind, we have not had a marketing budget to date, which is super exciting. This is a really quick photo of us being number 6 on the finance charts in the App Store. Again, we were just having really explosive viral growth. People are really just proving that the automation of credit is really vital in today's economy, and Purge is the ones to do that. We raised $3 million in 2020, went through Y Combinator, had a bunch of great partners who came in to make Purge possible. We're working with FICO, Visa, Plaid, etc., and it's really been a great journey so far. We're using our funding to do 3 simple things. A, to scale our product and team. We just moved to San Francisco, and our team just hit 26 people. To drop our wait list, of course, there's hundreds of thousands of people waiting to get into the app. We want to enable our access for everyone. And of course, we want to help 1 million people build credit in the next 12 months. This is Purge Credit. This is who we are, and thank you for your time.
Michael, that was great. Thanks so much for sharing more about Purge Credit. I have no doubt folks in the audience will come find you at the Expo booth where they'll be able to ask you more questions live. So thanks again. If I may ask you to virtually exit the stage. And that actually brings us to a close for the emerging stage. I want to thank our presenters again, who are brilliant today in sharing more about each of their startups and how they are elevating financial inclusion solutions. As mentioned, you'll be able to find every presenter at their dedicated Expo booth. What I would request you do first is upon exiting this stage, please make your way as audience members to, you can either check out any other stages that are ongoing or find your way to the main stage where you'll be able to catch some closing remarks as well before you can jump into Expo booths. So thank you again to everybody who has been part of today's session. With that, I will let you carry on with the rest of the event. Have a great event ahead.